Aside from a shooter being on a really hot roll, some of the most commotion you'll see at a craps table actually comes during the betting process. Players will literally be throwing their bets across the table while yelling obscure things like $10 yo, 6 the hard way, $5 horn. If you don't know what's happening, it could seem like an extravagant foreign language with a lot of nonverbal clues. But these are generally referred to as prop bets and picture bets. They have the highest payouts on the table, but they're also the hardest to hit. But when it happens, you can hear the cheers from across the casino. So let's dive into the excitement right now on Yo-Levened Bread. The bets at the center of the table are generally called picture bets because in order to win, the dice need to land in the same way as they appear in the picture. These are often considered high house edge bets. Now, if house edge is a new term to you, click the icon on the top of your screen right now to learn about terms like house edge. Then come right back here to learn about bets in the center of the table. A true prop bet, short for proposition bet, is a one-roll bet. Now, we already learned about one prop bet in the last video when we discussed the field bet. The field bet is technically a prop bet because it's only for one roll. The prop bets at the center of the table include the 2, 3, 7, Yo-Leven, and 12. You can bet on any one of them individually by tossing your bet to the stickman and yelling the bet you want. For example, you can yell $5 yo, and the stickman will give you a one-roll bet for Yo-Leven. If the next roll is a Yo-Leven, you win. If it's any other number, you lose and the stickman collects your bet. You can also combine your prop bets by asking for something like any craps, which is a combination of 2, 3, or 12. Or you can do a horn bet, which is a combination of any craps and Yo-Leven. Any craps, referred to as a crap check, is commonly used like an insurance plan for larger pass line bets on the come-out roll. This is because a pass line bet on the come-out roll loses with a craps number, but the craps check will win. A craps check pays 7 to 1, so oftentimes your craps check bet will be 1/7 of your pass line bet, essentially hedging the bet. But you can make a craps check or any other prop bet at any time you want. Any craps and Yo-Leven is always available at the center by the stickman, but you might see them as an E and a C along the box as well. These bets mean the exact same thing, and it's the stickman's decision where they want to actually place the bet. Grouped in with the prop bets are the hard way bets. Now, the hard way bets technically are not considered prop bets because the next roll of dice isn't necessarily a decision roll, but they're still bet at the center of the table and controlled by the stickman. The hard way bets will remain in place until that number is rolled, determining a win or a loss. So for example, a bet on the hard 6 will remain in place until a 6 is rolled. The determination of whether it wins or loses is whether you win with a hard 6 or an easy 6. A hard 6, both dice landing on the 3, will win, and an easy 6, which would be any other combination totaling 6, loses the hard way bet. The final prop bet is the any 7 or big red bet. It's a bet that a 7 will show on the next roll. Superstitious players will occasionally play this if somebody says the word 7, or the dice go off the table, or somebody buys in at the wrong time, or if somebody looks at you the wrong way. There's all sorts of superstitious reasons people might bet on the 7, or they might have their own reason why they do it. There are some other prop bets that are offered at most casinos, but not necessarily all of them. The first of these is called the hop bet. It's a one-roll bet where you not only call the result of the roll, but how it's going to land, and it's considered one of the riskiest bets on the craps table. For example, you could call hopping hard 10. This means that if the next roll is anything other than both dice showing the 5, you lose. You can make a hop bet for pairs and non-pairs alike, or all combinations of that particular number. If you bet hopping 6 all ways, then you're guaranteed some form of a win if the next roll is a 6. But of course, the rest of the combinations would lose. This bet has an extremely high house edge, and it cannot be booked by the stickman or the dealer. Only the boxman, who is the senior member of the dealer crew, can book a hop bet. A fire bet is made on the first come out roll of a new shooter. To win the fire bet, that shooter must hit a certain number of points in order to win. In most casinos, the fire bet wins after the shooter has hit their 4th point, but the payouts get higher and higher as the shooter hits more points. The whirl bet and the world bet are the same thing. The chances of winning are 2 to 1, but the payouts are a lot more complicated than I'm going to spend time on for this video. Essentially, it's a 2-part bet that combines a horn bet and an any 7 bet, and it has an extremely high house edge. The all tall small bet is located at the top of the table near the center. This bet is made prior to the come out roll. For the tall, you win if the shooter rolls every number above a 7 prior to rolling a 7. The small is the same bet, only for rolling all the numbers under 7 before 7. To win the all, you would roll every possible number before rolling a 7. So now that we've covered picture bets and prop bets, this series has covered pretty much every possible bet for betting with the table. That's right, when you're betting with the table, you're betting on the same team as the shooter. But did you know that you could also do what's called being against the table? Just like Anakin Skywalker, you too can turn to the dark side. It's not always the most popular way to play, but it's a rare opportunity that the casino lets you have the edge. We'll take a deeper look into that in the next video in this series, so make sure you're subscribed to see that video and more. Make sure you tip your dealers and always play within your means. Thanks for watching Yo-Levened Bread, and good luck everybody.